Alright guys, I hope you're doing well and great. In this content for today, we're going to be talking about the story of a restaurant owner on a hamster wheel and the circus monkey. Now, this is just an illustrate content, so if it's relevant to you, just try to use it. There is nothing impersonal that I plan to or decide to pick anyone, but based on this content, you will be able to learn something to see where you stand with your business, right? So that's the only purpose. So let's get into the content for today. Now, as you can see, this topic that we have for today, a story of the restaurant owner as a hamster on a hamster wheel, as well as on the circus monkey, right? It's nothing relevant to what do you call it, the hamster wheel or the circus monkey, but it's just kind of a lifestyle that we end up being into business. All right, so the story is related to just a narrative stuff, so just to have you kind of a heads up on what we actually usually go through in a business. So okay, so I'm going to read out this. It's just a small narration, so I hope we will be able to learn something based on the story. All right, so the restaurant owner on the hamster wheel. Right, so there were two passionate individuals named Tom and Alex. They were the proud owner of a charming restaurant named Savior Heaven. Despite their love for creating delightful dining experience, Tom and Alex often felt like they were trapped on a never-ending hamster wheel of task and responsibility. The hamster wheel, as they call it, was a constant whirlwind of daily operation, like managing staff, overseeing inventory, handling customer complaints, and dealing with ever-evolving challenges of the restaurant industry. Tom and Alex found themselves running tirelessly, unable to step back and enjoy the fruit of the labor. One day, as they glanced across the street, they noticed a quaint little tea shop called Zen Retreat. Its owner, Olivia, seems to radiate tranquility and joy. Intrigued, Tom and Alex decided to pay her a visit to understand the secrets behind her apparent ease in managing a successful business. Olivia warmly welcomed them and shared her story. She explained how she too once been on the hamster wheel but had discovered a way to overcome it. Olivia introduced them to the concepts of delegations and automation. She had streamlined her operation, empowered the team, and embraced technology to build to handle routine tasks. Eager to break free from the hamster wheel, Tom and Alex implement Olivia's advice. They empower their staff, assigning responsibility based on each team member's strength. They also invested in technology to automate routine tasks such as inventory management and reservation system. As the day passed, a transformation occurred at Savior Heaven. Tom and Alex found themselves gradually stepping off the hamster wheel. They had more time to focus on refining their menu, creating innovative promotions, and connecting with their customers. Word spreads around the passive change of Savior Heaven, and customers began to notice the renewed energy and passion. The restaurant atmosphere became vibrant, and the once exhausted owner now radiated enthusiasm. Tom and Alex's journey taught them that overcoming the hamster wheel requires a strategic approach by delegating, automating, and finding a balance between work and personal life. They not only rescued their restaurant, but also rediscovered the joy of being restaurant owner. And so, in the heart of Orlando, Savior Heaven became a beacon of inspirations for the other restaurant owner caught in the whirlwind of the hamster wheel. Tom, Alex, and Olivia would often meet at a quaint tea party to share their experience and help others break free from the relentless cycle, proving that with the right strategy, anyone could turn their restaurants into a thriving and enjoyable venture. Right, this is a good story, very short story, but just it describes about the life of the restaurant owner. So, like every restaurant owner, every business owner, right? Initially, or at some point of time in the operation of the business, we always come across these situations, which is managing staff, overseeing your inventory, handling customer complaints, and dealing with the evolving challenges. So it's not an easy life in a business. But when they met, Olivia, Olivia gave kind of a suggestions, but Olivia was not the expert, but she has also learned, and she implement and learned the concepts of delegations and automation. This is what actually we really need to understand in the business. Sometimes we can assume that, okay, I may be a business owner, but I'm very small, I don't have many staff, or I cannot hire additional staff to work on all this stuff, right? Most of the time, right, I would say like 80% of the time, it's because the business plan that you have draft initially at very first stage, or the perception stage, basically. At the point of time, most business owner does not include the requirements of someone who would be able to help them in to manage all this, or say to take over the application part, basically. Because if you look at it here, managing staff, overseeing inventory, handling customer complaints, and dealing with ever-evolving challenges, most of these things are not physical work, basically. Things will come. Managing staff, how do you manage? You cannot just command every now and then, right? So what you need is to have a system in place, and so that you can, even if you have the staff already, right, then you don't have to manage them every now and then. The staff should be aware that that's how it's going to work, right? And about the inventory management, you don't even have to calculate everything, run the number every now and then. There are systems in place. Say, for example, on a weekday, right, say from Monday to Sunday, if your business is slow on, let's say, Wednesday, you might want to make sure that you do not prepare your food for Wednesday, right? Or say if your business is good on Saturday, you might watch and just want to develop that Wednesday portion on Saturday. Now you also have to look onto your shelf life of the product. So the thing is that, let's say, for example, if you have to do preparations for Wednesday, and let's assume that the Wednesday is slow, you don't have to take the same amount of the product and prepare it. You can just use a 50% or a 30%, but the remaining 50% you can just add it up on the weekends when it's busy. That's probably would be Friday or Saturday, right? So do not overuse your product, basically. And this can be managed when you have a proper application and system in place. And regards to the customer complaints, see, what can you do? When the customer complains, it probably you may be able to take instant decision. And that's when it comes with the concepts of delegation. You need to have a system in place by empowering your staff to take care of these day-to-day customer complaints, and managing the business in a very professional manner. That would be, for example, if the customer walk in, they ask for let's say a fried chicken, right, and then you end up giving something else, right, and they ask for, let's say, chicken wings, but you give them a chicken nuggets. So the customer will walk up to the table trying to eat the food, but they found out that it's the nugget that you gave it to them, not the wings. So in this case, the customer will come back to you and say, well, my order was not the nuggets, but it was the wing. So at that point of time, the staff should take immediate action, right, and give it for either free or just change the whatever the items the customer has ordered, fulfill the needs. Because if you do that, so the customer will come back, and that's what that's how you handle professionally all these customer complaints. So that is the front end, how you manage these things, right? Now on the back end, customer will also complain using the what we call the feedback platform, that is the review and the ratings on your Facebook or Yelp or Google My Business, right, Google Business page. That's where you will be able to do the same work, but then if you integrate within applications, these things can be automated, right? because you will get the notification at the same time. It's just one click of a button that you will be able to respond, because there are a lot of applications right now, and software, something like AI is evolving right now, and these applications is going to help you out to cut down on your manpower hour, and at the same time it'll be much more efficient if you can also delegate this kind of things to a third party. Say for example, we do work as a marketing company, so we have our customer service team who does take care of our clients' reputation management, and we do have a team who does develop applications for inventory as well, and managing staff. That's something we will not be able to do it, but the way we do it is by providing you the application or suggesting you the applications to use it. So the roster can be the workaround, or can be shared around with the employee. So for example, you have your website or employee management application. In that case, the employee will be able to request for off, long hour, short hour, but he will always be able to forecast that what's gonna be like when the shift, they say the day shift and the day work routine is scheduled, right? So take advantage of the applications. That's what at the end it means. Because if you have to hire a manpower, so for example, if you have to hire one person to take care of all these things, your average cost to that person, that staff, it's going to be let's say an average of 4,000 per month. So you end up spending 12 months, 48, 12 for 48, right? 48,000 a year. Now, if you don't want to do that, these are some applications that you can integrate in your business. Well, probably it might cost you, let's say if you want to do like a 50-50, you want to spend as a business owner some time, and at the same time you want 50% of the workload to be taken by the application. Probably you may just have to spend about close to like a 600 to 1,000 per month. But now when you assign to a business like us, right, we take care of the rest, and we manage this within our application. With that applications, you will be able to access, just like the way we access, you will be able to see the dashboard, and if you whatever the management you want to do, you will be interacting with us. So in this case, we will not be your employee, but we will be your partner. So that means that you don't have to spend 4,000 to hire someone to look on to all these things, but you can spend about 1,500 to 2,000 per month, and we will take care of entire things every month. So that means that when hiring somebody to do all this stuff, because all these things does not include let's say if you have to hire one employee, and the employee has to take care of the entire application, then you want to add that up to do the marketing campaigns and do all those digital photos, pictures for your social media. They might not do it. Sometimes they will feel like, oh, it's more than what is required in the job, so they probably might quit. So now if you have to ask for somebody like that to do all those social media marketing part, design the contents, create the contents, write these copywriting stuff, probably they might ask you for 5,000 to 6,000. Now when you dedicate everything, these things to, or allocate these things to an agency like us, you can do that less than 50%, or sometimes the total cost would just come up to like a 30 to 40% of your total budget. So basically, if you have to hire someone, let's say in a range between 4 to 5, so let's take it to 5,000 per month for an employee to take care of all these things, including your social media marketing management, creating all the designs, the photos, the videos, and posting all those contents. Let's say you have to hire somebody for 4,000, right? So we come at a 48,000 a year. So instead of that, you can pay like a 24,000 to an agency like us, who will be able to help you out. And at the end, it's just not one person who's going to be working on it. It's just a team of an expert who will be helping you out on your business. So when you hire us, you are not just going to be working with somebody who just know the applications, but you're going to be working as a team. So when you hire us, you'll be working as a business partner. So that is going to be very helpful for you in the long run. So every business should think in that way, because when you are running a business as a startup business, right? Every people think about, okay, I have to hire like 5 people. Now my 5 people are going to be working around changing their shift, and I don't have to focus on social media and all those things, right? Well, in real life, it doesn't work like that. And if you are trying to attempt to work like that, it's not going to help you out in the long run, because your competitor, the other business that's nearby you within a mile or two, they're working hard to take away your customer. But if you don't want to, consider about all those things, it's up to you. You're the business owner, right? This is based not on what theoretically I know. I've been in the business. I'm still in the business, and we've been doing this every now and then. We have started, not only we have started on restaurant business, but there are other clients, friends, families, relatives, who operate this kind of a business, and we have seen there's a huge competitions in this landscape. So you need to have a team that work with you, not just an agency, but as a business partner who is going to be willing to, help you out to grow in your business. So at the end, that is going to be your investment. So when you think that you need 5 employees to operate your business, keep in mind that you need +1 or have 1 more employee that is going to be your partner in marketing agency, or say the team that will be able to take care of all these things. So in this case, in this story, Olivia was able to automate everything. It was the reason, because it's not her, it's the applications, it's the digital landscape she tried to dominate as well. So the physical landscape is easy when you have the manpower, but on the other side, in the digital world, you need to competing at the same level with your competitors, right? So that's how it's going to help you out. Okay, so now as you see that if you are at Tom and Alex, and if you have allocated your team and you have your system in place and you have hired a team like us, then what happened here is that you'll be able to focus more on your idea, concepts, and the visions and missions of your business. So that's what it is all about. You have to really reconsider again that how you want to operate your business. So just don't think that you are hiring some agency and they will just do the basic work. No. Cost to the company and the deliverance per person of your employee. So here's how it works: is that when you work in a big corporate, right, they hire you, let's say for 10,000 a year that they spent on you. Their expectation is that you should be able to deliver at least 10 to 15 times. Basically, that means if I'm going to keep that employee and paying that employee for 10,000 a year, I need to get at least 100,000 from that person. That basically means the work that I'm going to assign to that person should be able to take care of 100,000 available for transaction. That's how you have to look into. So the only reason why you have to keep your staff is because you want at least 5 to 10 times of the cost of that employee in your business. You want to recover. That's how you have to also calculate your ROI. Because let's say, for example, you hire some teenage who does not have any experience in the business yet. You have to train them, right? Training them, and then also have to show everything. That's going to take at least 1 or 2 weeks. So the cost on that training also is your expenses, right? Investment. And then what if they leave, right? So you gotta be thinking very logically and very professionally when you are operating your business, because if you do not that, so then the next phase would be just it's going south, and you don't want to go to the wrong way, shut your business for some unnecessary reason. But if you have a business plan and you haven't included this phase yet, you should include. Or if you have a question, feel free to contact us. I'm not selling you here, I'm just giving you kind of an idea how you can work around. You don't have to hire us if you don't want to, but if you have a team or some agency of friends and folks who can work around with you, understand the industry, you should work with them so that they will help you out as a team, not just as a staff, right? So if you hire an agency, let's say if you pay them 20 to 30,000, then you should expect that at least they will deliver to you, let's say, for example, with the number that I have just shared to you before, if you invest, like say 24,000 to 25,000 with that marketing agency, that they should be able to deliver you 250,000 to 200,000 a year. That's how you should be able to calculate. And if the agency cannot deliver it, then you shouldn't be working with them, because you are there to get the return on investment, and you pay them as an investment, not just as a service to be part of the game. No. All right, so I'm going to just show you the next, the next slide here. Just a second. Okay, so that's how it's going to work here. So that's the story of a restaurant owner on the Hamster Wheel and the Circus Monkey. So this is a part of the Hamster Wheel, business owner, right? So let's say you are the owner here. These are the things that you have to manage manually. So the applications that we are talking about, or the service that you have to opt in to operate this efficiently, you can use the application and avoid all this manual work, so that you can get rid of this hamster wheel. Because if you are not doing that, then there's going to be a lot of stress in your head, and there's going to be a lot of overtask in your life cycle, so and as well as in your business, and you become a volcano, and that's not really good for the business or business owner. So instead of that, what you want to see is that instead of managing your staff manually, overseeing your inventory, counting, writing down on the paper or whatever, the board, and handling everything by yourself, it's gonna be very, very painful. So if you think that you want to hire one employee and who will be able to take care of all these things, then go with an agency. Do not hire an employee who can work in one specific thing but will not be able to handle the rest of it. So now what happened here is that when you use the concepts of delegations, this is what's going to happen here. Because these are all applications mainly, and the team that you have, like an agency team that who's going to be helping you out on this one, that's you, and you have delegations and automations in the business. So everything is going to be streamlined. Your operations is going to be more faster, more smooth, and there won't be any clutter in the documentation, and you'll be able to empower your team. At the same time, your responsibilities toward your team and the team members' responsibility toward the business, right? Everything is in place, so now you integrate everything with the technology, and you can take a break. You can go for a vacation, because your team is going to be helping you out. When you say your team, it's going to be the employee that to work with you and the agency that is going to help in your business. So at the end, the only thing that you need is to create a good system in your business. So we've been doing these things many times. I have worked with a corporate that start from, like, I would say 5 locations, and today they have about 6,000 to 7,000 franchise locations, and they build it up, the applications by contacting the right people, the right team, and the right business to help them out. And today, it's more than they need. So the business is growing well. The market stands somewhere at a $1.7 billion in the last, I would say, 4 years. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so let's go toward the next storyline. So the story of a restaurant owner on the Circus Monkey. Okay, so this is also very important, so I'm going to read it out, this story for you. Once upon a time, in the lively town of Restaurantville, there were 2 ambitious individuals named Mia and Lucy, who were the proud owner of a pizza restaurant called Pizza Circus. The restaurant was themed like lively circus, complete with colorful decor, entertainment, and a menu that promised a gastronomic spectacles. Despite their enthusiasm for running a unique dining establishment, Mia and Lucy found themselves feeling like Circus Monkey, constantly performing aerobatic to keep their business afloat. The restaurant world had become a relentless circus act, with a juggling task, tightrope walking through challenges, and constantly striving to impress the ever-demanding audience that is their customer, right? One day, as Mia and Lucy were pondering the circus-like chaos that had become their daily routine, they stumbled upon the neighbor restaurant named Serene Bistro. The owner, Emma and Daniel, seems to exude calm and control. Intrigued, Mia and Lucy decide to seek their advice on how to overcome the circus-like challenges they faced. Emma and Daniel welcomed them with open arms and shared the story. They too had once felt like the circus performer until they discovered the power of organization and effective system. Emma handed Mia and Lucy a metaphoric playbook that outlined the steps to bring order to their culinary circus. Firstly, Emma and Daniel emphasized the importance of creating a well-organized kitchen. Mia and Lucy implemented new systems for inventory management, cooking process, and staff coordination, transforming their chaotic kitchen into a well-coordinated spectacle. Secondly, Emma and Daniel stressed the significance of marketing and promotions. They encouraged Mia and Lucy to focus on building a loyal audience by creating theme events, promotions, and engaging social media campaign to draw in customers and keep them coming back for more. As Mia and Lucy started to implement this strategy, remarkable transformations occurred at Pizza Circus. The chaotic circus atmosphere was replaced with a well-choreographed performance. Customers responded positively to the changes, enjoying not only the unique theme but also the organized and entertaining dining experience. Word spread around Pizza Circus, and soon it became known as the place where circus meet precisions. Mia and Lucy were no longer Circus Monkey. They were the ringleader of the spectacular culinary show. Their success story became an inspiration for other restaurants owners in the Restaurant facing similar circus-like challenges. Together with Emma, Daniel, they formed a tight-knit community, sharing tips and tricks to their restaurants into a well-run and delightful experience. And so, in the heart of Restaurant Pizza Circus transformed from a chaotic spectacles into a harmonious celebrations of food, fun, and flair. Mia and Lucy, once feeling like a circus performer on a tightrope, had learned to orchestrate their circus with fineness and style, proving that with the right strategy, any restaurant can turn chaos into a captivating culinary experience. So, very good, similar story, all right. But then here, you have to also know that sometimes you're juggling a lot of things, just no more difference than the Circus Monkey to operate your business. It's really, really hard, you know. I can emphasize on this things just the reason because I've been there. Yeah, it's so hard, and when you do not have the right person or the right member to talk and discuss with you, it's very stressful. So I can understand. That's a reason why I want to kind of create this or narrate this story so that we can have a kind of lifestyle scenario on this example. So here we have Mia and Lucy, and then they were juggling the whole task every now and then. But here's one thing that when they met Emma and Daniel, they were able to create a system, right? The power of organizations. So what you need, just to be like in the previous story, what you need to in your business is to create a very simple thing, and that is called SOM. That is the Standard Operation Manual or Procedures, SOP, that will help your employee and your business. Because if you do not have a proper guidelines for your business, it's going to be very hard for you to take control. If not, the business will control you, right? And at the same time, you need to create your recipe book, right? So, for example, if you're in a pizza restaurant, or if you're in mom and pop stores, or if you're in if you're not a franchise business, basically, the rest of the things you are just running it based on your experience. It's good, but here's the problem: what if that employee quits? What if that staff leave you? What if that good chef that you have working with for a long period of time suddenly have some problems and they're not able to come to work? That point of time, who's going to be working around your recipes, your products, right? So for that reason, you need to have your own system in place, right? You need to create a recipe book. And at the same time, based on, if you do not have a recipe book, here's the thing. I've seen many business spending thousands and thousands for same consultation, same questions. How do I save my COGS, right? Cost on goods, right? And then there are people who will be like, oh, how am I going to save my inventory? And how am I going to cut down on the price? Why is my COGS is above 35%, or it's above 30%? Well, that's the only reason is because you do not have a proper recipe book. Now, one of the good things that having a recipe book is, let's say, if your business is turning around, let's say, 50,000 a month, okay? So that means you are making about $600,000. So now assume with this number. So 50,000 a month, 12, 5, 60, 600,000. So now if you have your recipe book, I can assure you, I can bet you can save at least 5% of your loss and cost. Basically, your loss or cost is the same thing, right? Because people do not follow what is the actual or the requirements or the amount of the ingredients that's supposed to be in that particular food, the weight, the net weight, and all those things is required. You can serve, right? You can serve, but you might want to be wondering, like, for example, let's say McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, they do have everything weight. Everything has its weight. McDonald's, all the burgers has its weight. That's the reason they're able to work on the cost. But if you are not doing that thing, just feel like based on how generous you feel at that moment of time, if you're going to work like that, it's not going to help you out. You have to create a system so that by teaching it to someone, they will be able to replicate that system just like what you do. That is called the SOP, or a recipe book. So these are two things which you really need to understand. So if you're going to work around on those things, you can save a lot of money in your business, right? And on this, the last one, what you see here is Emma and Daniel stress the significance of marketing and promotions, right? You can do the news ads or the flyers, the posters. Here's one thing that you have to understand as a business owner is that how many people have a smartphone and what are the amount of time that they are spending on their smartphone, right? So you have to understand that, because the digital landscape is where it's dominating right now, and if you are not trying to engage on that thing, you're missing almost like 40 to 60% of your business opportunity. People will be willing to walk to your business, but how do they know it? Who will tell them you have the best food in town? Unless you expose or share what you have in your business, nobody's going to know you, right? So it's very important for you to study your business. Now, all these things, how do I know it? I've been in the business for more than 20 years. We did a lot of studies, failed many times. I burned more than almost $500,000 or more than, almost like close to $1 million in business, and it was hard. You couldn't get a loan, couldn't get a backup, couldn't borrow money from someone, but you gotta work out somehow. I've been there. So if you think that I do not know anything about how to operate a business, I think you really need to set an appointment with me and to talk about how I can. The difference between me and the other people, or I'm not going to compare with myself with other people. They might not be good with the technology or anything like that, but if you think that they are good, it's good for you. But we've been in the business from scratch. We've been the owner, we've been the staff, we've been the employee, we've been the managers, we've been the CEO and the janitor of the business many times. At the same time, I felt, this is something I really have to share to you folks as a restaurant owner, and that's the reason why I've started my marketing agency as well, which I want to focus on restaurant business, right? And this is not my first time. I started this business in 2018. I believe 17, right? So I've been doing these things for a long time. I do not want to share my clients and things and all. It's just because of the privacy reason. I like to see them grow. That's all I can say. I don't want the world to know that who I work with, whatever I work do. Gary Vee, he never share, for example, who his clients are. The clients are happy. Gary Vee is happy. It's the same. Keep him that way. If you want to get a proof, just go and ask for somebody to show you the proof. I can write you down thousands of a proof, but would that help you to take the real, to make the decision? Well, if that's what it is, then Just browse around on YouTube, Facebook ads and all. There are a bunch of people who can share you those things. I don't believe in that. I believe in work, I believe in ethics, and I believe in trust, and I believe in what I do. I should be preaching, teaching, and also serving to the most with my efficient that I have. That is the reason I like to share, I like to support, and I like to work with you as a team. So when the last part of this slide here, I almost missed it, but I'm going to tell you here. So if you own a restaurant and you are the restaurant owner, you're running as a Circus Monkey, it's going to be very similar to the previous slide that we have, and it's about managing staff, overseeing all this. You can automate through application, and with if you do not know what applications you have to do, just consult us, talk to us. We'll be able to help you out. Don't be the Circus Monkey anymore. Get yourself burned out. That's just very risky. I really want to appreciate and support the business owner who took this challenge, because you are the very less number of people who has this courage to do it, and you should be rewarded. And if you do not know what else you can do it, feel free, because we in this business, we optimize a lot of things to help you out. So what happened when you work with your system and you have integrated all the things, it's going to be very much easier for you, as I mentioned here. So you delegate your staff, your SOM is where you take place here, and then the inventory management is when you integrate your application, and the cooking process is where you apply the recipe book, and this is where the marketing and events is where your agency partner work for you, and the next phase is just the growth, expansion, merge and acquisition. And if you want to exit from the business, your value is going to be very high, because you've been doing well and you have system in place. If you want to get like a loan or a business loan, or if you want to go for like a next phase of a venture capital, if you don't have a business, if you don't have a system in place, you don't have your applications, chances are you would not get. But if you have a very good system in place, you have a very good team in place, chances are that you will 100% win the investment for your expansion, or for the next phase of your business. Alright guys, so I hope this content was helpful for you. If you'd like to know more about it, feel free to let me know by sharing your feedback, comments in the comment section. At the same time, if you would like to set an appointment with us, feel free, because I'm going to be sharing you the link where you can set a 30-minute appointment. It's going to be for free. We're going to be working through around. If not, then you can also email me, support@sameairmedia.com. If not, then you can directly mail to me, sameair.com. At the same time, if you have any friends and folks who would be interested to learn all these things, please do feel free to share them, this video contents, and also to support. And I would really appreciate if you could just subscribe to the channel so that I can get more good contents for you guys. Alright guys, until the next content, you guys have a good day, take it easy, cheers.